Everybody ready here? We'll call this meeting to order. Commissioner meeting to order. Please stand for the flag. Sheriff, will you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask for a motion for the minutes, to accept the minutes.
I think there's two.
Two.
No, there's just one. I fixed the one from last time, Heather.
Okay.
So you just have to do the one.
Okay. I sent a new addition for this February 3rd minutes. Do you want to?
We accepted them as amended in the last meeting. If
Well, I think that was the minutes for January 20th.
I didn't see it in
I know, I sent it this morning.
You can go ahead and approve it with the amendment, and then I'll
Change
bring
it.
it to the next meeting
Okay.
and sign.
Okay, so no one approved it. So I'll approve February 3rd minutes with the amendment to be brought to the next meeting.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Hold on, so I'll second with discussion. So we're approving the minutes as written, and then we're gonna revisit with an amendment?
No, she's approving it with the amendment that she sent me.
What
I
is
sent the
what is-
change
What is the amendment?
To state that during the section of the extension of the Jesse Street, the motion was second. Grease opposed, and referring to the subdivision ordinance that we follow for easements, stormwater drainage specs. That was my reason for opposing. And that's what I sent in the email.
Was that on the first one or the second one? First one, because we've already,
I think
We've already
I think we
accepted
accepted that.
We've already accepted
Yes.
that.
so is
That
there an
was from
amendment
the-
is there an amendment to the next one?
Yeah, because it just says on February 3rd, which is the meeting that we had like last Tuesday, Webb motion to extend the base gravel all the way to Bulltown Road, directing highway and legal to pull together easements and specs and collect appropriate plans and documents.
And so what you're saying, you want what you just
I'm
read
saying
added
that
to
I
that section.
opposed because I want to make sure that we do pull the easements and specs.
Okay, well, so
Okay.
what she's saying, she wants it on this, so you just want me to move the language over to the next set of minutes?
Or copy it down, because I do like what Mac is saying.
Okay,
I guess what I don't want 5 years from now for someone to look at these minutes and say, why would Heather oppose not building this road? It's not that I'm opposed to building the road. I want to make sure that we're following our subdivision ordinance and stormwater drainage plan and easement processes.
okay, I'll move the language over to the new one and have you sign it next week.
That's all I'm saying.
Or
All right, so the motion is to accept the minutes with the amendment that she just read off. We're not removing any language.
correct.
I'll leave my second. I'm ready for a vote.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? All right, claims.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Health Department.
Yeah, we have our last month's monthly report. And I didn't know if anybody had any questions after reviewing it.
Any questions?
Nope.
That's all we've got right now.
Good to see you, Mindy.
Thank you very much. Sheriff's Department.
I got two things. One you all are aware of, and the other's kind of a surprise, so I'll apologize. I have the contract that we've been working on. Josh has, and if I'm misspeaking correctly, Josh has gone through, reviewed it, and I was hoping that we could have some consideration on that. With it, you know, if we can get it, go ahead and start the process and have it signed pending council approval. The information I have is I believe the council may be favorable to it, but of course I need to present to them. So, but I was bringing the contract forward for everybody.
All right.
Do we need a motion?
Any other questions on, do you all have any questions to the sheriff on that? Then I'll ask for a motion to accept the document.
I'll make a motion that we sign the contract pending council
Approval.
approval.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
And I think the only thing on the contract is, you know, if it's signed, it won't be dated until council approval. And, you know, they would have to advertise if they agree February, and then it would be finalized in March. So just for everyone's awareness. The second issue I was bringing forward is, kind of last minute, apologize. There is a grant out there to help with body worn camera. Body worn camera issue is something I've brought forward every year in budget. They're expensive, but the grant would pay for everything the first year. So it'll be something I'd like to get commissioner approval to explore and maybe apply for the grant, but it'll be council approval as to whether or not, if we get the grant, if they're willing to pay storage, because that's where the added expenses every year. So the grant would be get us set up the first year, but wouldn't be paying for storage. So I'm just asking from the commissioners approval to request for the grant if the council is favorable for me to request as well, understanding that there'll be future expenses to the county for storage of all the body worn camera.
Any other questions on that?
Nope, I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you all. Any
Thanks, Sheriff.
questions for me?
You have one more.
Yeah,
We added in that inmate catastrophic policy just to make sure that, you know, and you can have this back if I can get copies.
Thank you.
Inmate catastrophic medical insurance policy. We started this several years ago.
Yes.
And I know every year that we have to bring it up, and I basically ask for a motion to accept our policy on our medical insurance for the inmate catastrophic.
Yeah, and what that is if we have an inmate that comes in that, say, has a massive heart attack and has to have bypass surgery, that way the county is not under the expense of paying that. So we pay for this insurance policy, and then they cover those expenses for us if we have that happen.
Yeah.
It's good insurance.
I think we got an email about that about a week ago. Yeah, I'll make that motion.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you, Sheriff.
Am I good?
I think you're good now.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, I don't think we have anybody from Highway. Planning Commission. I don't see anybody here yet from Planning Commission. RJL.
That's me. Use this on my, just a little bit. Pass off these slippery folders. I did email a detailed report last night. It was kind of late, so you all haven't seen it. Oh, you are, look at you.
You must be special.
Ed.
Is this the same thing you had emailed
It's
the
exactly.
several days ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So, thank you very much. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I thought I'd give you a quick update, refer you to that email I sent last night. It has a lot more detail in that monthly report. But over the last few months, SKIDA has moved from organizational setup into active implementation. We've been working on board development, site marketing, ready projects, and expanding our marketing reach across the county. We've also started strengthening how we track RFIs and prepare sites so Spencer County is better positioned when opportunities come from the state or site selectors. At the same time, we're continuing business outreach and aligning grant opportunities to local projects. All of that activity reflects the shift from planning into execution, and that's really what this proposal is meant to support. It takes what's already underway and gives us a clear structure so expectations, priorities, and deliverables are aligned moving forward. So in that context, I'll walk through the proposal and how it supports the work you've already asked me to advance. So I'd like to explain this proposal really in plain terms because economic development scopes don't always translate easily outside of our meetings. The most important thing to understand is that this proposal does not increase the monthly investment. What it does is formalize the structure of the economic development work the county has already been utilizing. Over the past year and a half, the county invested in building a foundation, developing a strategic plan, organizing SKIDA, aligning ready projects, and starting business outreach. That planning phase is complete. The next step focuses on implementation, actually moving projects forward, and executing the priorities that were adopted. From a public perspective, this work shows up in very practical ways. So local businesses having to contact consistently, housing and development projects moving instead of stalling, grant and ready funding being coordinated responsibly, Spencer County staying visible to the state and potential employers, and clear communication about what's happening in our communities. The scope of the proposal reflects the 4 pillars identified from the community's input into the strategic plan. So first, the local economic development leadership. That's business visits, responding to opportunities, preparing SKIDA board materials, and making sure someone is locally accountable for keeping projects moving. Second is project implementation, advancing sites, supporting housing conversations, and managing ready and infrastructure coordination so timelines don't slip. We're working on that. Third, state relationships and advocacy, making sure Spencer County has a voice with IEDC and state partners, so we're positioned for funding and opportunities. And lastly, marketing and communications. So not just social media, but keeping our website up to date, current, promoting sites, and making sure Spencer County looks competitive to investors and employers. So many communities support economic development through multiple staff roles: project management, marketing, advocacy, and daily local leadership. So this structure provides that coordinated capacity without adding multiple county positions or increasing the monthly investment. It simply aligns our work under one accountable framework. The last several months have operated more informally while we transition from planning into implementation, and this agreement brings clarity and accountability to work that's already underway. So our goal is simple: to keep Spencer County moving forward, support the businesses already here, and position the county for future opportunity, all while being transparent about how the work is done and how progress is measured. And I'm available for any questions. I hope you have.
I guess, what I would, do you have a list or how many ready grants and, you know, all that kind of stuff you have already got for Spencer County?
So the Ready One grant process is underway. I know there were several projects, I think four projects, city comments, 4 projects that are in construction currently. The Ready $2, we do have the Frosty Falls and the Richland Community Center. Those are working. There's still $600,000 on the table.
And there's several other people who have got in contact with you, as I understand it, is that right?
Correct. So I'm assisting 4 projects with their application to be turned in next Wednesday.
Okay.
So I can list those for you if you'd like, but okay.
No, I just,
Yeah,
numbers
absolutely.
to show what we're
Absolutely.
getting accomplished.
Yes. Any other questions?
No, I mean, I think that was a good question, so the room can know what it is that, our economic development arm is working on. And I'm thankful for what you've done in the last year. You know, if you travel around the county, you do get to see some of these things, and I think there's development that is happening in all corners of the county, so it does help that we have someone that's managing that and sharing the information with the public, so thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, thanks.
So do we need to motion on this to forward to the council, or?
I don't know.
Well,
I thought
that
we'd
was gonna-
already asked for that, hadn't we?
I thought
I
that was gonna be a question of, is there a specific contract tied to this proposal that
So
we should
there
send
would
to
be,
Josh? Okay.
yes, so this
So-
would be the first step,
After the approvals, then you guys would bring,
execute contract, yes.
with the understanding that some of the metrics and scope that's here would also be relayed, dollar figures, everything.
Absolutely.
Well, I would like to make a motion that we approve this proposal so we can forward it to the council.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. Anything else on that? We're good? Eck Monday.
Good morning. Thank you for
Morning.
your time today. I'm Gary Eck, Eck Monday, if we haven't met before. Time for our yearly contract to continue to provide the services we do down here with watching over your computers and adding technical help here and there and trying to keep up with what's going on at the state from a technology and an opportunity standpoint, what things we can take advantage of, some of the things that they're giving for free, and some of the stuff that's going away because of some of the reduction of money from Washington DC. There's some programs that have gone away that I've used in other counties that have them affected here. I was hoping to sneak you guys into that. That ain't gonna happen. What we've done this last year, I know Max helped us here getting fiber into the courthouse, and that's an ongoing project, so to speak. That's going to help with your reliability. Seems like this downtown area, Rockport's got its share of problems between power outages and internet access problems and things like that. So hopefully that'll help with that reliability. Stuff's always in transition at the jail with new programs, new ways to protect your citizens down here, different learning systems, and we continue to spend a lot of time focusing on that down there. So, really, I don't have any new presentations to give you, any new programs. I did send out I sent Melissa a copy of the proposal we had, and I don't know if do you have any questions?
I know.
I think we're coming up on the 1 year of our PSC emails. Do you guys have eyes on that of when we carried them for a year for?
Oh, okay. Yeah, just to see if anything came floating in there.
If anybody had an old email to contact office holders, I think we're coming up on that. Is that going to be part of 2026 of?
Shutting that down.
Yeah. Finally.
Probably so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the only question I had.
Just to make sure that, so do you have the date of that when we?
I'll have to look up the exact date, but I was.
That way
to
we're
refresh my memory when you put on here reduced email management, so
Yeah.
we could probably
Yeah, I forgot.
reduce again.
Yeah, but my partner Josh. gets
Yeah,
the
Josh
email,
did
and,
most of it.
He would have more the idea of,
I was just.
is there anything
curious.
coming in? I mean, I don't even know how they're checking to see if there's anything coming in there.
No, I mean, we were just gonna let them run for a year, and the auto reply was set up of, this is the current email to use going forward, and so we'll have I don't know.
I think the
It was
main
probably
reason-
April or May when that happened, that transition.
I think we're just wanting to make sure that we cancel whatever that fee might be, so I'm glad that,
Are you
he's
paying
brought
me?
that up.
Are you paying anything to PSC for that?
That's
Yes.
my understanding, we were gonna let it run for a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Used to be, it was kind of a horse trade. You provided tower space for them down here to put stuff on. And you got
We had,
I don't know.
no, we had
Claim
a
from-
bill
We got a bill for
Yes.
the email.
per email.
Okay. Then you can shut that down then. So,
I'll look at the date, but I think it was April or May, I just wanted to make sure that that's on our radar for 26.
okay.
So Melissa, maybe you can look that up so we, stay on top of canceling that.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I don't know if we need to be, do you want to run that by us or do you want me to discuss that with Josh? I mean, it's kind of between you and PSC. as to
Yeah.
whether you yank-
that's really.
yank the plug on that.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with
Yeah.
Ag Mundi.
I don't think so, I'll get.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
think
don't
it's
have
just
to-
PSC.
You don't have to disconnect them, we could just shut them off from the original account.
What, from the original, no, we don't,
Okay.
from the original account.
The PSC account is tied to their 365 for the forwarding and everything. what I don't want is, I don't wanna shut those off and then 365 accounts, it's like, hey, where'd all my,
I'd have to check with
Where
Josh
my
to
files
see
go?
if we're pulling that or
Okay.
not, so we will have to do that if he is.
'cause-
I'm okay if we don't get any for a couple of days. I mean, if you trial.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I-
Siler's okay with
I'll
not
just-
getting any.
I apologize, but I've pawned off email management years
That's
ago.
okay.
And,
I'm just glad that Mac brought it up so we don't forget about it.
and I think Josh had sent an email comparing the two contracts, basically everything is on par, the only difference is, slight increases for, I guess, just like everything else in the industry.
Yeah.
So do we need to approve or motion to approve
Yeah, we'll
this
need a motion
contract?
to approve the new contract for this year.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
We want to sign that right now if this gets approved or?
Yeah.
I'm going to start my work.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Thank you for letting us to help out with you folks down here. As you know, John Beekline lives there south of Santa Claus. You got a good guy down here that watches your back, that's for sure. One of my premier guys.
Do you do two copies, one for you, one for me? Yeah. I can get and sign. Will you sign this one? He already
Oh,
signed
okay.
one.
Yeah, so I just need one
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the extra one, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. I'll get with Josh on the email stuff, make sure there's no bumps, or as few bumps as we can get. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that email thing is really important to keep all of us caught up.
Yeah. How about keep this one?
Some of us-
Let's note the sarcasm
some
in
of
that
us-
comment, okay?
Some of us get in trouble because we have issues about not reading their emails. I don't know who that is sitting up here, but some of the other two fellow commissioners get on one quite a bit for not reading their emails.
You want that?
He doesn't hang up his landline. Can't fire up the windows.
He doesn't have a clue about
That's a
that.
good one.
Are you?
Yeah, perfect.
All right,
Good,
all right,
thank you.
all right. Once again, thank you
Thanks,
for.
sir. All right, mowing specs.
You good with me advertising it and getting it going?
Oh,
Yeah, so I was looking at this,
we did that already.
third paragraph. Do we need to change it? So it says specifications will be available on 3/4/2026. Should we just make sure that that reflects today and
Yeah,
then still
yeah.
open 3/20?
Yeah, because I still need to, I just didn't know when we were gonna do this and if you were gonna change anything, so I wanted to allow myself some time. But
And-
yeah, it'll make it available tomorrow.
And then.
So do we need to change that date?
Yeah, but I'll change it, it's,
Okay,
because I still have to take off all the highlighting and advertise it.
okay.
It's just for you to kind of follow along on what I was saying.
So I'll make a motion that we advertise the mowing contract
All
for
right,
bids.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Mindy?
So I've got the renewal applications, I was working with Melissa a little bit on this. Basically, we just need a signature that they pre-fill the information with last year's information, and then we can update anything we need to change. They highlight the variables, typically like the number of employees, that sort of thing, that are the most likely to maybe need an adjustment. Otherwise, I know last year we cleaned out the marine schedule quite a bit, so in the vehicles and all that, This year, the only thing that I was kind of looking at, I just wanted to point out, I'll give you guys copies of all this. On the property schedules, there are several locations that we have some offices where we have 0 business personal property coverage listed. So we might want to, you know,
Ixnay in.
yeah, look at doing something different there. And
So you're saying that we have companies, I'm sorry, but when there's voice in the room, it picks up on the camera, so I'm sorry. So you're saying that you have coverage on departments that we don't have any personal property?
right, so like on page 5 of the application, for example, there is, you know, there's several locations, and they're all the looks like a lot of them are in the highway department. So as long as the total, like on location number 4, for the office and garage, we have $287,000 for the business personal property for the highway office and garage. But there's several other buildings on here that we have $0 listed. So, which is probably okay, as long as $287,000 at that one location is enough. But I just noticed that there were several buildings listed there with 0 contents coverage, so we just want to make sure that, you know, we've got enough coverage at each location, so if a tornado comes in and takes out all 5 of those buildings, then we've got enough coverage sitting there. Because they don't, you know, they're not gonna care what building everything was in, as long as the total amount of contents coverage is enough,
So who verifies whether we have enough coverage?
Well, one thing I thought about doing is if, I know we will need to get these sent back into Asher so they can be working on the quotes, because they're taking about 30 days to get quotes back. But I actually thought about contacting Gina and seeing if I could just go see her. When she has a little bit of time, maybe show me a few of those buildings, you know, because I haven't actually visited a lot of these locations and see. For example, there was another one, I think it was the Purdue Extension Office. It's like a 12,000 square foot building, and we have 34,000. I'm assuming you guys lease that, because we have no building coverage for that. So I think that's probably the leased space. You know?
I don't know what the exact
we
details
know
are.
the space.
No. We put money into the building and with the understanding that that's where they get to be.
The 32,000 is probably the computers and, because
Yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
responsible
say,
for that.
'cause I would say that YCC runs the insurance. I'd say they have that insurance, but I'm gonna say you probably hit it right that all of that is actually, you better do a little digging into that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not 100% sure on anything that's there. I would assume that the building would be covered by the 4H, you know, that. But, and what Max said is probably right. It's probably for computers and all that. Do a little digging into that.
Yeah, that's it. I've got that one circled. And the main thing, if it's a 12,000 square foot building, we've got $34,000 worth of contents on it. If you guys are occupying and furnishing 12,000 square feet, 34,000 is not enough. So I don't know what you have there that you're responsible to insure.
Maybe
I would appreciate if you
Yeah.
would check and make sure we don't have that double insured.
Right.
Well, I think we need to review our contract that we hold with Purdue Extension to see
That's
what it is that they're responsible from the budgeted dollars that we issue to them versus what we as the commissioners are responsible for. So I guess we need to review that contract.
Yeah, just to make sure we're not double insured.
Correct, or not, we need to find out who's insuring it.
Yeah.
So, do you care to pull that contract and ask Josh to review the Purdue Extension contract on the liability
And the
of
building.
their responsibilities? Yes. And then YCC, who is its own board entity, we need to verify, do we have a contract with them that
What their insurance is.
I think we should pull that contract also to verify all of our insurance coverage were covered.
Right, and not double covered. Make sure it's, you know, everybody's insuring what they're supposed to insure and everything is adequate. Because like on location number, I think it was 3, the EMS station, we have a 2,700 square foot building with, 580,000 coverage on that, that's probably fine at zero business personal property. So I don't know if you guys just insure the building and then you lease it and they're insuring their own contents, or if we should have some contents coverage on there.
And this is the
That's the EMS, yeah, that was another one that I had circled on here, just to ask about, just to double check, make
Yeah, I
sure
think-
that's accurate.
I
So,
think that was the case when we were looking at this last year.
yeah, that would be
So
my
the
guess.
EMS is its own entity, and they do have insurance coverage.
Yes, it's
But I
just
do
its own
think that
building.
we should verify with their contract also, if the building is ours, we need to verify all entities understand who's responsible for their insurance.
And so the way we have it now is we are insuring the building for you guys, but not the
Correct.
content. So as long as that's accurate, that's perfect. So
I would think that we would need to have a copy of their insurance on file if we, I would think that Jane has given us
we also
that.
I would make sure they're listing you guys as an additional insured on their policy as well.
Okay.
Make sure they're doing that.
Have you done building inspections?
No, that's what I was gonna get with you. So Astra actually will require usually about every 4 years, they'll
Yeah.
require a risk manager to come in and kind of do site locations and stuff. Because this one is, of course, I took this account over right when you guys were renewing last year, and I know the year before it was written very quickly. So if you guys are willing to do, I would actually like to maybe get him in a little sooner than the waiting for the 4-year mark, 4 or 5 year mark. Maybe we could just do it sometime this year and have him go around with me to make sure that.
I would strongly suggest.
I
we
think
do
so
that.
too. I think it'd be a really good idea because like another thing too, because even at the courthouse, this building is really difficult to know I mean, this was a tough one to do a replacement cost estimate on. But the contents coverage, we've got $795,000 in coverage for the contents. I don't think that's enough either. I mean, I'm replacing furniture in one of our locations. We're just doing 4 small offices and I know what we're spending. So if you apply that to everything in the courthouse, I think that's probably really low. But,
So, with Siler's request,
Mhm.
can you give us a timeline of,
Mhm.
when these visits will start and when you project that to be complete?
Absolutely.
So then that way we can schedule a meeting to be able to review what you're giving us.
Right.
Because at the same time, our council may have a different plan of what funding they want to
Mhm.
put towards these type of items as well, don't you think?
I'm trying to think, it's been at least 6 years since we've done this.
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe even plus.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea. So if you guys are okay with that, I'll get with our risk
I
management
would
team and
appreciate that.
see what his schedule is and see, and then, coordinate that, and then, I'd like to tag along with him if I can, and, because I need it. But in the meantime, I can at least check with Gina and check with the the department and make sure that there's not anything that's just glaringly obvious that we need to add some coverage for. That's currently set at 0. So.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I was talking to Mindy about the vaccines. She has a quote for their $350,000 for the vaccine coverage. It was $3,000, maybe $3,000. We can add it to this policy for about $700, the same coverage limit. It's actually a little broader coverage. We'll give up to $200,000 worth of in-transit coverage away from premises, and then we do include some spoilage coverage as well. I think the limit on that's $25,000. But that could also be increased if it's due to an equipment breakdown. So it is a little broader coverage and it's a lot less expensive. So if,
So how do we add that?
I can just add it
Okay.
by endorsement, as long as you guys are okay with that, I can get that added. She was saying that they're responsible typically to pay those premiums every year, so we can break that out separate if we need to on the invoice going forward.
Can we act on that right now, or does that need to go to your
Make
board?
it effective
Oh,
today,
that's for a
because I
motion.
actually think that they've had a lapse in coverage and a no lapse in coverage, which is the reason they reached out to us this week. And, so yeah, we can get that going today.
Okay.
Mindy, do you,
Yes, I sent the board, because this has happened kind of quick since I got that invoice, and it's went up $200 the last couple of years every time, and I was thinking about that, so I reached out. And you know, this solves, if you remember back, our whole transit issue and all, how much it costs for a private, you know, so that, like, this takes care of all that. So I sent all that to an email to all the health board members, and then I texted them and told them, and right now they're kind of like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. So I've got a response from Mike and from Arnold that says, yeah, I haven't heard from anybody else yet, but that was late yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
I sent that
Do you
out.
want us to act on it pending your board approval, or do you want us to just act on it?
I say we just act on it.
That's, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we add
Yeah.
all of your, we saved $2,300 by switching
Yeah,
insurance,
that's
there we go.
all right, yeah.
That's my
A
motion.
little better, yeah.
I will second that.
We have a motion, we have a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed.
So we just need to make sure that, are you saying, then we will need to make sure that you cancel the other policy?
Yes,
Okay.
So you'll get that done at your
Yeah.
next board meeting.
yeah. Well, or before.
Thanks, Mindy.
Yeah, well, thank you guys.
Anything else you need to add to us?
I don't believe so. I think the only other thing is, this storage for the jail popped up again on their inspection. I've already been in communication with Sherry about that though, and that was right before we got all that snow, so I need to follow up with her, but I think that they're gonna try to do some sort of temporary storage till they can, I know they're gonna begin a jail study and that sort of thing, which is great, so, but just if we can do something temporary for that, that's it. Otherwise, they, you know, they asked for address locations on all the vehicles this year, Asher did, and what they're trying to do is see how much congestion they have at any one location. It actually works out really well for Spencer County because your highway department and sheriff departments are so far away from each other. So that doesn't work out as well for a lot of counties, but for you guys, that's actually gonna work in your benefit. And then I think, Melissa, there was only 3 trailers that we were down to that nobody's claimed yet, so, and I think that's probably close enough. They're gonna let me not worry about those 3 trailers if we're not sure where they're sitting. So that's it. That's all we have.
So on this needs to be signed, but this is not saying that this is the way it is. It means that we're getting ready to start making changes.
Correct, yeah, all that is so I can send that in and have Asher begin working on the quotes, and then we'll just have to make adjustments by endorsement.
Okay. So when is that
Those
due?
vaccines today?
Yes, I think that was the motion that was made.
Yep.
So when is this, policy due?
Mark, it renews March 31st.
Okay, so this
We did it last time.
You got
is
it.
enough time for what we've projected to have complete by March 31st?
Yes, and worst case scenario, depending on what everybody's good, even if we do something in April or something, we'll just change it by endorsement. So if
Okay.
we wanna move some coverages around and that sort of thing, we'll just take care of it. And that's kind of what we did last year. We renewed the policy because we had to. It was coming up pretty quick, and then we went through and cleaned up a lot of the schedules. So we'll do this, we do the same
All right.
thing.
Thank you very much. You got it taken care of? All right, legal report.
No report.
Really? Why not? Old business.
Oh, I don't have any business. I don't have any old business.
Okay. New business.
I was going to ask that, from the email that we received from Loose Fire Territory, that they're asking that we approve $28,000 of opioid money for the purchase of a Lucas automated CPR device. I would like to ask a motion that we approve the $28,000 for that.
And you're still on that opiate,
Well, it's an advisory committee. We have not met. I have talked to one of the members in regards to this advisory committee, but at the end of the day, it's the commissioner's request to approve or not.
Do you want to do that with the blessing of the advisory committee, or do you just want to go ahead and make the motion?
I would like to go ahead and make the motion. We've approved other Lucas
Okay.
CPR device machines at other fire departments in our county, so.
Sounds good. We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Anything else on new business?
I want to ask about the Paramount Dental renewal. I know that you've sent us an email. We've received several emails from the carrier. When is that due?
I'm gonna have to look. I didn't bring that.
I got it. I'll look it up right now. I mean, are we to approve the,
I think it's the end of March, but,
Yeah, I wanted to say.
but the
first.
timeline is shrinking. Minnie could probably talk about how fast those timelines go.
Yes.
I can bring it to the 3-3 meeting.
I guess what I would like to, my recommendation in regards to the Paramount Dental policy is that we keep it at the Paramount Dental and review with the same options that we are currently carrying. I do not want to add any other policies within that policy that have been recommended through the company. That's my
You have a
recommendation.
motion? You making a motion?
If I need to make a motion, I'm asking that we review the Paramount Dental with only the dental coverage.
Okay. All right, I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
I,
Aye. All those opposed?
So are you wanting me to bring it to the next meeting? Is that what that
It's,
means?
it
I'm
looks like,
assuming-
it looks like, the dental is to be approved the third.
of
our-
March.
Our March 3rd commissioner meeting. So our next commissioner meeting, so we just need.
The dental.
The dental,
Okay.
I think that's right.
So in March 3rd, we need to bring that contract to the meeting so we can approve.
All right, anything else in new business? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you all very much.
Thank you.